One of the things that people are taught to do, which I think is very inaccurate, is to automatically respect somebody because they're older. Um, and I just look at the times that I was told basically that I had to sit there and smile at somebody who was physically harming me, and my gut reaction was just to knock the shit out of them. I remember as soon as they ended up leaving, I ended up walking into the bathroom to see if they had drawn blood from my cheekbones because of how hard they had pinched both of my cheeks. I mean, I just, when I think about, and once again, who ended up doing that had a smile on their face and just acted dumb about what they were doing. They knew that they were inflicting pain on me. And they showed absolutely no remorse as far as what they were doing to me. So, same thing with the one that turned around on a school bus and spit on me. And the other one's just sitting there and acting dumb, like being spit on is something normal to have happen to people. Just like when I was stabbed inside of an elementary school, just sitting there and acting stupid about me being stabbed. And it's just like the ones that sat there and knew that I was yelling and screaming and who I wanted to be with, and acting dumb and choosing to close the door in order to basically try to shush me up instead of helping me to get to who I wanted to be with. They when I say that they had no regard, I mean no regard. They didn't give a shit if I ran out in the middle of the street and got killed by a car. Oh, well, those were Sunday school teachers. Same thing with one of them. I don't even know who that was, sitting there and making sure I was isolated and cornered me into the room and made me fill out a pledge card. Just acting stupid about what they were doing. Another one sitting there and tell me that I had to hold a tape recorder in order to say the Pledge of Allegiance, in order to record my voice saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and not even disclosing to me that the word pledge means to donate. I mean, I remember looking at that tape recorder and went, shit. I knew exactly whose tape recorder it was, and it just, when I look at the shit that's happened to me, I mean, it's just, and every single time it's always been from somebody that I didn't expect to be effing me over and effing me out of. Every single friggin' time. Just like when I was handed the drink and nobody disclosed to me that it had poison in it. In fact, I ended up talking to a man, and he told me that what some of the ones inside the restaurants and bars are doing is that they have two different sets of glasses, and what they're doing is they're coating the inside of the glasses with basically something to knock people out, and acting dumb about what they're doing. I mean, who the fuck, excuse my French, but who the fuck is basically giving them whatever it is in order for them to be knocking people out? They can't sit there and act stupid about what they did. They made a choice to do what they've done. They made a choice to do wickedly. They made a choice to act dumb about what they were doing. And I think that's the reason why malevolent narcissists or grandiose narcissists are the worst type of narcissists, is because they typically have gone to school and had different classes that most people haven't taken, and are using their positions to harm people. Bill Gates is only one example of them. But see, I forgot if it was William Gates's father or grandfather that was involved in the eugenics movement. But once again, that's another example of not giving people full disclosure. I mean, would I go to a medical doctor who's a member of the American Eugenics Society? Hell no. It's just like not being given full disclosure that what's his name? It was on television called what's his name? Frederick Rogers or whatever. Whatever his name. The sexual pervert that was singing "It's a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood," and is or was a, I don't even know if he's still living or not, but anyhow, it is a card-carrying member of NAMBLA. And basically, the last time I ended up walking through a building called an airport, what they do, they had his face plastered up on the wall. And I was just, I mean, I just, to me, that was another example of basically intentionally trying to provoke me. I mean, I just wanted to rip that damn thing off the wall. And that's another example. There was some sort of foundation, so-called nonprofit that he's tied to. I mean, I mean, that's just gross. So, same thing with the one sitting there and putting in hidden subliminal messages into cartoons and acting stupid about Minnie holding Mickey's you know what. It's almost like being put into a cement jungle. Predators everywhere. I don't even know if I have enough hairs in my head to represent each and every one of the psychopaths that I've run into in my life. And so what they do is they sit there and they, oh, telling people to that they can use a computer that doesn't belong to them, and then people are being forced to put their personal identifiers into computers that they don't own, and that's basically how they're able to hack computers. Oh, but we were forced to give them email addresses and passwords. I mean, I knew something was up when I went to that government meeting, and I was like, how the hell did they already have their response already typed up and pre-written? It's just like, motherfuckers, the son of a bitches have been reading people's emails. That's how they did it. Just acting dumb about what they've been doing. I just look at the shit. Same thing like a medical doctor knocking on the door and saying, can I come in? And medical doctors are known for having recorders on them and recording people's voices saying the word spelled Y-E-S. I mean, it's just like identity thievers everywhere I go. Same thing with having dealing with biometrics and stuff. That's the reason why the hidden recorders are on the outside of the different buildings and inside the different buildings. I mean, I'm just like, but who all's involved with that? I mean, it's just like, how the hell would I know? There's never been given full disclosure. Oh, but I'm supposed to play the guessing game. Figure out how to fill out a form that I've never been given the way to fill out the form correctly. And just another friggin' guessing game that I've been forced to play. It doesn't mean that they're getting by with anything. It's like they know that fingerprints are personal identifiers. They know that DNA are personal identifiers. They know that my voice is a personal identifier. They know that my handwriting is a personal identifier. I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's kind of like the land of the feral cats.